Warning! Podcast.
No shit, Sherlock.
Keep digging, Watson!
Hi. Hey everyone, welcome back to the ASOTV podcast for Supernatural season 13. This is episode 11. It's called Breakdown, and we get more Donna.
More Donna.
She. I think we mentioned it before the podcast. She wasn't as Donna-ish as she usually is, but she was sad. But she was still Donna. She was still epic. She's still from Minnesota.
From where?
Minnesota.
I don't understand your accent. Where is she from?
Minnesota. Minnesota. I did it so perfectly earlier. I can't do it again. It sucks. But
you just gotta add a "don't you know" in there.
Don't you know?
Now say it.
I'm from Minnesota. Don't you know?
There.
No,
Perfect.
I can't. No,
You're
that wasn't
done.
even that. No, it wasn't
No,
good.
it's
That
not
was
as
bad.
good.
That was bad.
It was.
I
but it's
nailed
perfect.
it earlier.
The "don't you know" is perfect.
But Donna calls up Sam and Dean because her niece is missing.
Why is her knees missing?
I don't know. She got into a bad vampire fight.
Oh, so she lost
Yeah.
both knees?
Both knees. Yeah.
Okay.
No, her niece was on like a pre-college trip to, find herself or something for funsies or whatever, because apparently Donna did one of those and it was a lot of fun. And she gets kidnapped because of a guy and a butcher and a freaking underworld black market market
basket. I totally forgot that we were dealing with a black market scenario here, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, the guy dressed in the thing, it reminded me a cross between like
Chainsaw.
well,
Texas
it's
Chainsaw
a
Massacre?
cross between Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the guy in the Rob Zombie House of a Thousand Corpses, I forget what his name is, and Dexter Morgan, like all rolled into one. Like that's what I felt out of that.
I didn't really get Dexter.
Oh.
I'm just calling him the butcher because he wasn't what they were talking. He wasn't the butterfly.
No.
He was the butcher. So like we don't find out until probably 3/4 until the episode is like just about done. That there's two parties when it comes to this kidnapper black market dude. And it's a team. One's the butcher who cuts the people up, and the other is the auctioneer, who is actually Agent Fuckface. I don't remember his name because I did not like him from the moment I saw him, so I did not care to
He was a
remember.
shithead right from the beginning.
Oh, he was an asshole from the very beginning. So I didn't click to remember his name.
Shithead, asshole.
Yes,
That's
he's all of
usually
those
how we call
things.
people. We don't really
Yep.
care to remember their names.
Huh. Okay.
But I think he knew this particular FBI agent who is also a freaking betrayer. What is he? Is he like a double agent at this point? Because
Did we ever establish whether he's actually a FBI AP?
I don't. I mean, we're left to assume that he was
I think I
working
got
for the
some on me.
FBI. Words. I think we're left to believe
Did he
that.
just turn into a race car?
Can we gobble too? Like, where's the turkey? Get it out of your system.
Putty Patrol. That's also a turkey. It's a Putty Patrol turkey.
I mean, I see Sam and I see Misha, or like Jared and Misha, doing that in Dean's ear behind, in Jensen's ear behind B right now. See? That's what's happening. That's where the turkeys are from.
Yep.
It's actually Jared and Misha. But I think, to answer your question, I think we are led to assume that he was working for the FBI, and he was just covering the case because he's the fucking psychopath. And he's just not finding anything because he can throw away evidence or whatever. Otherwise, I feel like
he is the one involved, so he's withholding evidence.
He's withholding the evidence. And I feel like if any other FBI agent got on this case, they would have cracked it. It wasn't exactly crystal clean. Like, it wasn't clear. Like, there was... You could tell, like, obviously, he knows that there's a cycle, and he's like, he releases that bit of information, so it's easy for Sam and Dean to just be like, okay, we can pinpoint on this shit. So if Sam and Dean can do this, any other FBI agent could.
Well, yeah.
So
it's just
I feel like this agent was the one.
You saw when they first got there, though. Like, he gives him an attitude right off the bat. He's like, what department do I have to call to let them know you're tromping around on my crime scene, and like all kind. So yeah, he's doing everything he can to stop other people from getting involved. So yeah.
And I like how Dean's just like, we're related, so we are putting our nose in it because you can't tell us not to.
No.
Basically. But I feel like he also knew about Sam and Dean the moment he saw them.
Yeah, he definitely
because he knew who they were.
Yep. Because
of the way he pronounced Sam when they had Sam up on that table, on that chair. What it was more of a what is it? Is it like a dentist table kind of thing?
Dentist chair almost.
Yeah, so
it's like stripped down.
I
bet you wanted him to strip down.
That's not what I said.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this episode, I was actually cheering for Sam to get chopped up into itty bitty little pieces.
What?
He pissed me off from the very get-go, and his attitude, because he pulled a Dean. He's like, everything's useless, and he's very emo, and like I was like, I'm sick and tired of this shit, because when Sam does emo, I fucking hate him. When Dean does emo, it's like, oh, you're precious. Just grow up. It's like you're just being silly. You just need a little eye opener. No, Sam, he has his eyes are wide fucking open. He knows what can be done, but he's just being really negative Nancy about it.
It's the role reversal right now.
It really is.
I mean, I would have been perfectly fine with him being chopped up this episode. I wouldn't have cared. Because...
I don't know. My favorite part was Donna's partner being turned into the vampire.
Doug, her fiance? I believe they're planned to get married. Well, they had plans at one point.
Were they? 'Cause I don't remember.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of like a background information thing that, they don't really announce, but like they're more than just like partners. Like, they love each other.
I don't remember any romantic anything between them.
Yeah, there was.
There was. I feel like they worked together as cops.
Well, yeah, I remember that.
They're also intimate. It just, like, when he walked away after finding out, after he got cured, he was like, I can't live this way. I can't be with you, is how he worded it. So, they broke up, like, work partners, and partners, like, relationship.
They were together.
Yeah. Which...
Because he was like, I love you, but...
Yeah, I don't know. I really liked Doug. We got a lot more of him than we have in the past.
You sure his name's Doug?
Yeah.
Yeah, she called him Dougie.
Doug.
She had an ex-husband named Doug.
Maybe she has a type?
She just likes the name.
Yeah, maybe it's just the name.
He's only in one episode, season 10.
I feel like there was something mentioned about that when she met Doug. She's like, oh, I must, like a certain... I don't know. I feel like that's been addressed before. Yeah, there was a joke in the back and not the back end, but back then when that episode aired. But I mean, they do end up saving the niece, which is whatevs. I think it was Donna who got her out, right? Because Dean was saving Sam at that point. And that's when they left Doug alone, and he got turned by the creepy cashier at that at Manny's Truck Stop Cafe or something in Oshkosh.
You remember the name of it?
See,
yeah.
I think that's where you got it confused because there's two Dougs. One is her ex-husband. Dean asks this episode if there was an attraction between her and Doug, who bears the same name as her ex-husband, and Donna denies it.
So. Oh, well. It's okay. It's a one-sided thing. Doug loves her as if they were in a relationship, and Donna just is completely just to the world. And I think she came to realize at the end when he walked away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought they were together.
This was Doug Stover, and the other Doug was Doug Contos.
Okay. But, I mean, I did like their chemistry. They were really good together, so.
Yeah.
It just, he finds out about everything that she's been doing, and he just says no. And he walks away.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is sad because I feel like we're actually that's gonna cross over when Wayward Sisters is airing. That there's gonna be that, that's gonna be something that Donna's dealing with, because it seemed like, he was a big part of her at that point.
Yeah. I'm curious now if Wendy's going to carry over to Wayward Sisters at all.
You know what? I've been doing it this whole friggin' season. As soon as we found out about Wayward Sisters, every new female character or existing character that they have thrown at us, I'm like, they're going to be on the spinoff. And I'm not going to be disappointed, or I'm not going to be super hyped or anything when it happens or when it doesn't happen on the Wayward Sisters. I'm just going to, take it as it comes and just go with the flow and be like, all right, because I'm really excited for the Wayward Sisters.
Yeah. By the way, the guy who you've been calling the Butcher is actually known as the Harvester.
Okay. Well, I mean,
accurate.
Either or is accurate.
Yeah.
But I thought he had a pig mask on at first.
The other guy.
You're thinking of Gotham.
Yeah, I was. But when we only got flashes of him at first, the Harvester. So I thought he was wearing a pig mask because of the color. Yeah, because it was completely covered, but it looks, when we actually got a good look at it, it was more just like a kind of a gas masky thing. But yeah, too much Saw too. Like, Jesus Christ. What did you do to us? Seriously.
I have no regrets.
I knew the cashier at the truck stop was involved somehow because of how fucking gross he was and just chauvinistic and he was it's kind of like those compliments that, girls don't want, and then when they tell you to fuck off, you still get them. She's like, just run my card through the fucking machine so I can get out of here. Seriously. It's poor Wendy. She has to deal with this skeevy truck stop and a skeevy guy, and then a harmless guy asking to clean her. A harmless guy asking to clean her windshield. She's like,
Once you get creeped out, everyone becomes a creep.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like in Home Alone 2 when, he's running around, he's scared, and he gets in the cab and he's like, oh, it's crazy out there. And the cab driver's like, ain't much better in here, kid. And all of a sudden he goes, ah! And he runs out of the cab, nowhere's safe.
No, but even walking into when the first scene with Manny's truck stop, you see them cutting and chewing, even that part of, you don't even get to see the characters really.
That was a whole family of werewolves in that place.
I instantly thought it was something too. I thought it was werewolves or
werewolves. I was thinking definitely something.
or vampires or something that...
Marlon did not look like the typical vampire, though, to me. Like the cashier behind the thing. He looked like a werewolf. Like, I would have pegged him for a werewolf.
Well, they were trying to push that whole thing that monsters could be anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's when they were like, oh, there's Dean's like, yeah, or Sam said, there's 1,000, whatever. He's try adding 2 zeros.
Yeah.
The
way that he explained is like a monster could be your neighbor, which we have come in contact with many times before, like the Rougarou.
Mm-hmm.
He literally was people's neighbors. And he was their neighbor for who knows how long until the Rougarou gene took effect.
Yep.
So like, frick, my neighbors over there could be freaking vampires. I don't know. I don't see them during the day.
They are vampires. They told me.
I know I'd consider I'm a vampire, considering if I know how to go to work, I don't leave my vicinity.
Like I'm more of a hermit crab or something.
There's a weather? I didn't know there was weather.
There's weather out there.
It's really windy today. Oh, that's why the internet went out. I didn't know.
No, but...
Oh, it snowed.
Yeah, we had a blizzard. The whole house is covered in snow. Oh, when did that happen? 2 days ago.
I don't
know. But like,
I'm not going to work today.
Should have been shoveling myself out 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So even with Donna being kind of down this episode, she still is so freaking epic. She's legendary, seriously. The way that she talked to the skeevy minister, the trucker minister as they called him, who has had some dirty past with touching children and other things. And even though like he did these things, she sat down with him and had a pretty heart-to-heart, it wasn't heart-to-heart talk, but it was like a serious talk where she was playing, I'm not the good cop, I'm not the bad cop, but I'm the one that has the logic cop.
Mm-hmm.
And she got his confession of all the other things, but also he sobbed the truth. And she's like, yeah, I believe him. And so Sam's like, yeah, I believe him too. And the FBI fuckface, as I called him in the very beginning, Agent Fuckface, he's like, no, because he's the one who freaking framed him, because he had, apparently the minister had Wendy's bloodied shirt.
Mm-hmm. He's like, I gave him to you, but you saw right through it.
Mm-hmm. 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 But getting back to the amount of monsters that are existing, like the chat room on that black market website auctioneer thing, there was just many. I tried to pick out a few screen names. It just went by so fast because there was just so many.
Something.
Yeah. So there was werewolves and there was vampires. Who the fuck else was in that list?
Who do you think is buying the heart?
Werewolves.
Yeah.
So they can live like normal people and then in the world.
Yep.
For werewolves, it seems like it would be okay because, they only really turn one time a month. I'm not saying that taking human hearts out of a live human being who's been kidnapped and what is okay, but I'm saying that for a werewolf to be on there, if they want to live a normal life and they just want to survive that one night, they need that heart. I mean, I think we've seen werewolves that change not on the full moon in Supernatural, right?
Yeah.
Or they just feed for like 5 days, or like the full moon falls in the middle. I think so.
Yeah.
Because we had that with Claire not too long ago, right? Or no?
I don't remember.
I don't know. This episode was kind of frigged up. Like, I mean, Sam was the big old, like, negative Nancy, as I said earlier this episode when we were talking. But, like, Dean, he was accepting of the whole thing, but you could tell, like, all of this sunk in really, really deep with him, knowing that what they're finding are the stupid monsters, the ones that can't control themselves. And knowing that there's so many more out there, he's just like, you could see the gears turning in his head, like, how do I find them? If they're like any normal other person on the street, how do I find them? You could see like this. He was just like so torn. Like he wants to do something about it, even though that he can't.
Yeah.
And he has other things to worry about, like his mom and the kid Jack. And where the frig is Castiel right now? Did I forget? Like, where has he been?
Last time we knew, he was with Lucifer.
Yeah, and they still duo buddying something.
They have
like.
To be.
Then how come we haven't heard anything? Even a little tidbit, please. Like.
We will. Soon enough.
I mean, I don't know. Oh, and I did look a little bit ahead. Originally, the Supernatural Scooby episode was around the 18th episode. They pushed it forward to the 16th episode. So it's coming to us earlier. Yeah, that's just...
To push it, that means there wouldn't...
They just bring it... Like, I mean, because they're doing a lot of Monster of the Week things right now, I don't feel like it's going to be that story-oriented because...
No, it couldn't be if they could push it forward.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not complaining that it's coming earlier, but I feel like they can switch around.
I love the title for that episode.
What is it?
Scooby Natural.
Scooby Natural. Yeah, I'm super excited for that. Like, I know Cleo mentioned some interest in coming in to talk about it with us when it airs, so we'll just have to make sure we remind her so she's like good on that. But yeah, I mean, other than the black market that we now know of, it seems to be a little bit more expanded than just the Harvester and whoever this agent was. It seems to be a lot bigger than that because that is a market for those who really want to live normal lives, the monsters anyways. So I don't think this is the last time we're going to be seeing things about that. Hopefully Sam gets out of this whatever funk he's in and becomes a little bit more optimistic instead of an emo little shit. I mean, I don't think we're going to see much of Donna or Jody anymore because I think they're probably preparing for Wayward Sisters. Maybe we'll see more of Wendy. She kind of seems like a flip-flop character.
I could see anybody from the Wayward Sisters right now being in this season. It's not going to affect anything because whatever they're writing is going to, they're writing. But it would have to be Sam and Dean coming to them instead of the other way around,
Yeah.
Or them calling for help or something, because it seems like they're going to stay local to...
they're going to be in Sioux Falls. That's Sioux Falls. That's where it's... I don't feel like they're going to travel much out of Sioux Falls, the Wayward Sisters anyway, so, it's going to be contained, which...
Well, yeah, that's what they made it sound like. It was just them protecting their little...
Yeah. And I don't feel like the portals would really expand much from Sioux Falls anyways. But yeah. Hopefully Donna and Doug patch things up because they're cute.
Well, Donna's cute and she needs cute.
Yeah. I mean, this episode was pretty straightforward. It was kind of like just it rolled, and
it did. It was interesting. I liked it. It was a lot of fun. I liked that we had to deal with the cure for the vampire again.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing another outsider kind of try to, reveal the world of the supernatural to them, and I think this is the first time where they just couldn't deal with it. Everybody else is like, yeah, and then they kind of become hunters, or they're super aware and then call them later. That's what happened with Donna,
Yeah.
And then it's just like, this guy's like, I want no part of this. Get me the fuck out. I want to go back to living in bliss.
Yeah. Well, they say ignorance is bliss until, yeah. But I don't blame him, honestly, because the way he got introduced was the most shitty way ever.
Very violent.
He got turned into a vampire.
There's monsters. Oh, become one.
Yeah, immediately. And he didn't even know that there was anything such as vampires until he got bitten and turned. They just said, "Just stay here, Doug. We'll deal with it."
He didn't bite it.
Oh yeah, he
bit himself.
Yeah.
And then fed him the blood.
So, like, he didn't know that any of this was going to happen. He was just told to stay behind, and they would deal with it. And then all of a sudden, he's a vampire. Like, he found out in the worst possible way.
I mean, technically, it's the same way that you turn somebody in the Vampire Diaries.
Yeah.
You just don't kill them. Because in Vampire Diaries, they have to die with the blood in their system. Here, they do. Mm-hmm. So I'm still waiting for that crossover. When's that going to happen? I don't care. I don't care if the series ended.
They are done with that. They are done.
I don't care.
No, but
still
it'd be different if he got the information, if he saw it maybe, and then, it was, and then he just kind of viewed it. He observed the monsters, but to become a monster and then be cured, and then, it's very that's traumatic. I don't think I wouldn't even be able to accept that.
Well,
there's no way.
You're almost forced to accept it, but he had to accept that it was real, like it happened. But sorry, he had to accept that it existed, like they exist, but he doesn't have to accept whether he wants to be involved, and that's
like
what it was
lifestyle.
like now.
Yeah. You accept the reality, but not the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think that's why he turned Donna away, because she's very into that lifestyle. I think she actually enjoys it. So, there's no way he can compete with something like that. It sucks, but
we'll see whether he comes to accept it later, maybe.
I hope he warms up to it. It doesn't mean he doesn't have to be a part of it, but he gives Donna, he allows Donna to be part of it, but still part of her life kind of thing, I don't know. It's gonna cause a rift because she can't be like, oh, I'm going to a family reunion this weekend.
Dean's your cousin. Where is he?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because he did say they did come out and says.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, because Dean told the agent that they were related, and then Doug's like, "Wait, you were at the reunion last weekend?" He's like, "Yeah, crazy reunion, so much fun." But I don't know. Is there anything else you guys found interesting in this episode?
No, I like this episode. I was not in love with this episode, but I'm really kind of interested to see what's gonna happen next because I want to know what the buddy duo is up to.
Yeah, I don't
besides
think
licking
we're gonna.
Dee's hair.
Oh.
Yep.
I got confused. I forgot.
Misha literally has his tongue on her hair.
It probably tastes like snozberries.
I literally totally spaced that. Like just sat here lolling. I was like, "What do you mean? What?" And I was like, "Oh."
So I guess, next week we're not going to see the buddy duo, but next week's episode is called Various and Sundry Villains. Dean falls victim to a couple of witches, sisters Jamie and Jenny Plum, who managed to steal a powerful book of spells from the Winchester brothers. Wait, is it the book, the one that they used to release Dean from the mark?
The Book of the Damned?
Yeah.
Maybe,
yeah. I don't know. When Sam and Dean go after the book, they get help from a powerful and surprising ally when Rowena, back from the dead, intervenes to assist them.
I guess I'm not eating my hat.
We already covered this.
I
like,
know.
before the mid-season. You
I know.
You didn't have to eat your hat. You probably should anyways.
No.
But yeah, we get to see Rowena back, and she's helpful. She's not.
Maybe she could
pain in
resurrect
the
Crowley
ass.
while she's at it.
Are we gonna make another eat your hat bet? Because
No.
I'm pretty sure Crowley can't or won't be coming back unless he's in a different body.
That he can come back in a different body.
Yes, but the actor, Mark Shepard,
Yeah.
not coming back.
No, I know that.
But yeah, I think that's it for this episode. Dom, where can the people find you?
You can find me down below at Phenomedom, PHENOMEDOM.
Kim.
Find me on Twitter at H2FF52R, PUFF52R.
And you could also find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24. You can find more of our talks and discussions on ASOTV podcast on Twitch and YouTube, also Google Plus, Twitter, MySpace, Facebook, and on Discord. We have our own little private Discord where we have discussions and post memes and stuff, and it'd be fun if you joined us because we like being silly. So yeah, we'll see you again next week, guys and gals.
Don't threaten them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then we won't be back, I guess.
We'll be back.
We hope to see you next week.
It's a promise.
We will. Yeah, we hope to see you next week. Okay, it's less threatening that way.